All right. Hey, everyone. Dash Attack here. We're back with another episode of the Old White Road. Oh, I got the bleeding in the background. Good. But yeah, welcome to another great episode. Today's guest is my good friend, Nomi Wins, the ferryman.
Good to be here again, Dash. It's been a little while.
Yeah, but it's good to have you. And of course, we have panelists Zine, Digny, Galaxy Red, and Misa.
Good. What was that?
A brain?
That was Darth Vader eating his microphone, I believe.
Oh my, but it's great to see everyone. I hope you're all doing well. We have a fantastic panel here. Zine will only be on for an hour. We're going to sub him for Jose for the second hour. Great to see Roadkill. It's great to see myself. It's great to see this fine gentleman. And it's great to see this as well. So thank you all. We appreciate you all. I'm very ill. I'm very sick, folks. My health is getting worse, and I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful that we're doing what we're doing with the network currently. So that's all well and good. We've caught up.
If you ever need I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What was that?
I was gonna say if you ever need some time off, I'm sure we'd be happy to grant it. I mean, I personally would, but I don't know about Dash and the others. But
you think I'd let Dash do this on his own? No way, man.
I suppose not.
Someone's got to keep an eye on this guy. Someone's got to keep an eye on this dangerous cat boy. Okay, he's dangerous. But
too much furry stuff up here.
I know. But speaking of cat boys, let's catch up with the panel, and we're going to start off with Dash. How have you been?
I've been good. I got a new work schedule, so I'm adjusting to that. Really enjoying Friday. Just enjoying the weekend playing that new Hyrule Warriors game on my Switch 2. And other than that, just constantly planning, thinking of what to do for the channel.
That all?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Good. So how about you, Zine? How have you been?
Good, but there might be a chance me leaving so earlier than the 1 hour in.
Zine's got the call, folks. He's got the call. I won't elaborate, but he's got the call. He's getting promoted, aren't you, Zine?
No, that's more the fact that I may have to call the ambulance for my father. So that's why I said earlier.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Damn. Oh, damn.
So I'll have to maybe go AFK every so often just to check on him.
Hey, if it's an emergency, you can get right off. No one in the panel would hold it against you.
Yeah. Best of luck to him. Thoughts and prayers. Am I right, guys?
Yep, absolutely.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right now it's not too serious. I'm going to keep, check on him. But if I just disappear without saying anything, it's the emergency.
Yeah, absolutely. We understand.
Good. Very good.
Yeah.
I was actually in a situation very similar to that a few years back. I won't go into too much detail, but the ambulance took 2.5 hours to arrive, so I could literally ran a show while waiting for an ambulance. Ridiculous. That's the UK for you. But what about you, Misa? How have you been?
I've been busy. I managed to replicate the encryption system in the Ragnarok Online 2 login process, and so that's a big milestone for me in my project. And I've already commissioned a Christmas present for my brother. I'm looking forward to how that turns out.
Excellent. It was always good to see people trying their best to innovate and develop. while not changing, because change is bad, folks. What about you, Nomi? How have you been?
I've been good, and just work and playing the new Digimon.
Nice.
Not really been doing anything else.
Damn. But
Um,
good to have you here, in any case.
It's good to be here.
Excellent. How about you, Red? How have you been?
Been okay. Other than what I just told you, I had to help my mom with something. It's not really anything like a medical emergency type of thing, but still I had to help her with something. She could barely see anything, so I have to help her with stuff. But yeah, and anyway, I was like been like I've been doing my streams and everything like I have been. So that's pretty much it.
Excellent. Well, hopefully all of your parents will have long, happy lives, because my parent is having a long, happy life. There's a better chance of him battering me than him dropping dead, so that's good. That's very good. But as for me, I've been doing very well. I haven't been feeling very well as of late, but in terms of content creation, everything is going in the right direction. And I think that's a testament to how well this network has done, and shows, the vision for the future of what we want to build. We know where we have to go. All we have to do is go there. And if we can do it before, we can do it again. And far quicker this time, too. So on that note, since we caught up with everyone on the panel, just to let everyone know, if you haven't already, like the stream, share the stream, all that fun stuff. Donations, memberships, all of that is welcome. And we appreciate you all for watching, whether it's live or on the replay. All right then, Dash, why don't you tell folks about the first topic?
All right. Let's see.
I was thinking maybe we should not talk about Square Enix until Jace gets here.
Oh
see
yeah,
if, he would
definitely
probably-
want to save that for when Jace is. We'll talk about
Yeah.
Dante right now.
Yeah. Okay.
All right,
All
I
right,
got it. Yep, we're gonna go. So from that guy who pretends to be Newman, who hangs out on Reset Era, that Shinobi 102, details emerge about Dante's
That's
Purgatorio.
602 dash, not 102.
602, whatever.
Well done, Red. You're doing my job for me.
Yeah. Anyway, details emerge about Dante's Purgatorio, the canceled sequel to EA's Dante's Inferno, which was a very fantastic game that probably would not be made as based.
That's a
as it
strange
was.
name. That's a strange name. Purgatorio. What?
Yeah, it's supposed to be the Dante's Divine Comedy.
Uh huh.
There's 3 books.
Okay.
Inferno is the first one.
Carry on.
It was supposed to.
Was the game based on the book though?
Yeah, the game was based on the book. It turned it into an action game. You've never heard of Dante's Inferno?
I've heard of it, but I didn't think that. I've heard about the book and the game, but I didn't know the game was based on the book.
Well, yeah, like it's based off the 9 gates of hell, as they are described in Dante's Inferno. He the author Dante imagined hell had a structure, and it isn't and so the game depicts basically his version of hell, and you actually fight Mark Anthony and Cleopatra as babies come out of her tits. It is a fucked up game. It is a that game was seriously messed up. I rented it from Blockbuster God knows how long ago, but I mean, how Blockbuster was still in business. That tells you how long.
But as you can all see, folks, unless you're blind, because we do have blind audience members, there's quite a lot of potential in this project, but it's clear why EA was not going to back this, because EA doesn't want any kind of interpretation of those sorts of stories getting out into the wider zeitgeist. The landscape has completely changed over the past 20 years. I mean, think about it, right? Look at the comparisons made in the statement to that of the first Assassin's Creed and the second Assassin's Creed, right? That would have been a game changer for this franchise. Yet Assassin's Creed back then was something new, fresh, vibrant, and exciting that was ultimately a story, whereas Dante's Inferno and the Dante franchise has a historical connection to an ancient work, a work that depicts one of the most dangerous things you can put in the world today: good versus evil. We can't have any of that. Continue, Dash.
Yeah, they would have
Yeah.
to.
So these were the details. Was penned by Assassin's Creed 2 co-writer Joshua Robin as a battle between heaven and hell. Progressed deeper into pre-production, meant to be an AC1 to AC2 level jump, meaning like a massive improvement from the first one.
That's exactly what Digny already said.
Yeah.
No, you see, Red, it's very important that, especially for our blind viewers, which I know is a contradiction in terms, but for the people watching
they're
who
still
may not
listening.
be able to see, it's very important to get this kind of detailed analysis. So please continue, Dash.
Okay, so according to Shinobi, levels included Dante venturing to the Garden of Eden, Mount Purgatory, and actually having more levels in hell. New abilities like Spirit Jump would allow Dante to leap distance, Possession to possess enemies, and sprout angelic wings, which he could fly during boss battles. So you could get either like light or hellish powers depending on like if you save or condemn souls on your descent down through hell. It was a very unique system. Like you find the sinners, you can either save them, like Pontius Pilate. You can either like send Pontius Pilate to heaven or just like punish him for his sins. It was a unique system. Obviously, the punishment one was like the darker path you could take. I ended up doing a hybrid playthrough when I played it. Traversal would have played a much bigger role, as ascending into heaven involved climbing. The team wanted to be better than Uncharted or Tomb Raider, so it wanted to really capture like all the games that were coming out at the time. Wanted to keep you on your toes and install a real sense of vertigo.
Sorry.
Oh, please, Galaxy, let me finish.
No, Galaxy, keep interrupting. I find it hilarious.
Climbing segments into puzzles, search for ledges you can grasp, avoiding rocks. Enemies, Dante would unlock an ability to reveal unseen angelic architecture, normally only visible to angels, and redeem souls that opened new paths in the environment. Okay, so like saving souls would actually like open new areas this time. The final boss fight would be Lucifer again. Or I guess it'd be Satan in his Lucifer form in the middle of a burning Garden of Eden. So it would have been like an angelic fight, because like you basically fight the devil with his wang out at the end of the original game.
We can't share that, unfortunately. Cancel this podcast can on Rumble, but we can't on YouTube. We can't.
Rumble can't really show it either.
Can't even stream that game on YouTube, like especially with the Cleopatra and the unbaptized babies coming out of her boobs. She's giant, by the way. Like I said, it's a fucked up game. It did not like hold back.
When was this game released?
2000s. I'll get the exact date.
Sounds like a kink game.
It sure was a time.
Got giant demon penises and babies coming out of boobs.
2010.
2010.
What?
I know. It's weird to think about.
15 years ago. I thought it came out a lot. It was a lot older than that.
No.
My goodness, if only Dragon Age 2 took inspiration from Dante's Inferno. Would have been a much better game. But
I want to see.
You mean Valcard,
super
right?
chat from Nathan Kitten. AAA is dead. Indies are the way to go.
Thank you, my good man. We appreciate your fellow cartoon as well. A nice, what is that? A nice dog or a nice bear?
That's Animal
I think
Crossing
that's
dog.
Yeah, that's KK Slider, right?
yeah,
Yeah, from,
KK Slayer.
from
That
Animal
the
Crossing.
name
Yeah.
is on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, so good seeing you, dude.
Yeah, so
Look
this
at
is this is the architecture of hell. These are the
Yep.
levels.
What I
That's
what I find incredible about this dash is that it starts off very hot, right? Very hot, and then very boiling, super boiling, and then frozen.
Yep, that's the subversion aspect of it. Like
Mhm.
hell is actually frozen at the very bottom with the devil trapped in ice.
And that's
maybe-
why.
Hey,
So
dragon.
the phrase "hell when hell freezes over" is wrong because it already is frozen over.
Well, yes, that's because
Yeah.
the term came from an American galaxy. But let's get
Yeah, but
panel perspective, folks, because I think this is very important. We're going to start off with Galaxy Red. What do you make of this topic so far?
Yeah, I think that it's interesting that they were going to make a second game, but I kind of don't think that it would have been that good of a. I don't know. I haven't played the first one, so it's just
Well, it was a very ambitious
yeah, it was very ambitious.
project
Yeah,
for the
it is very,
time.
very ambitious. And I just don't really get the hype for it really, but
And the
the
Go
concept's
on,
good.
Dash. Go on.
well, I mean, like, it's based on very high and historic literature from like a very artsy like piece of work that delves into deep theology.
Well, modern
Yeah, I mean,
theology. Well, modern theology in a Christian format is largely as a result of Dante's stories, the depictions of heaven, hell, purgatory. The story was so successful that the Catholic Church itself first condemned and then later adopted it as the visual and more modern interpretation of good, neutral, and evil.
It would have been an amazing trilogy if they were able to like get the idea going to its fullest. But we at least got one game, which
Well,
I don't think has been ported to PC. Unfortunately, there is an animated movie version of the first game.
Dash, if they made the third game, your final battle would be against God.
Well, it's like every JRPG ever.
Which is, well, the
Exactly.
Japanese are a different story because their God is like obviously Japanese. But it was a very ambitious project, and my thinking of this is this entering the zeitgeist because they're testing the waters?
Maybe this could have been a deliberate leak from the new owners.
I mean, it's been 15 years, but are people interested in this? If this generates enough media attention,
I mean, it
then
might
maybe,
be.
just
Well,
maybe we
IGN
might.
was willing to report on it, so
But it would be so ironic for a Saudi-led EA to make, for lack of a better term, a Christian-inspired game.
yeah. It would be, but honestly, I honestly think there are people like me who would really, really like dig it. It would be very controversial because it would be very like controversial because I think there were I don't remember this fully, but I do believe there were like souls in hell. Like if you read their backstories, like some of them were in hell because they did gay stuff or something. Yeah,
Which is
But
exactly
Destiny Trail.
which is exactly the mindset of the people of the time, and was a mainstream Christian concept until the 1960s.
basically it was a very, very like harsh like thing, like it was made like for entertainment, but like it had like deep theology. Like Dante like the character Dante from the game like actually meets his mother in the I believe it was the violence area because she had committed self-deletion, and so like she's like there forever hanging.
Yes, because within the mindset of, well, not just Christianity but many religious groups, topping yourself is one of the most evil things you can do.
Oh, absolutely. I can attest to that. It is like it is a big no-no. Like, self-preservation is very big in because it's like you're cheating God in a sense.
Yep. Yeah, but what? Oh, because this is uh, a visual interpretation of Dante's Inferno. I do find it very interesting because most of these things are just commonplace nowadays. Most of them.
Lust, gluttony, greed, wrath.
Yep. And you've got variations of violent. You've got a lot of variations of fraudulent, and of course you've got treasonous at the bottom. But I
Treacherous.
do what?
It's treacherous on treason.
Yeah, treachery. Treachery is but considered by Dante the worst sin a human being can commit.
Hey, exactly, and Galaxy just did it right there. It's okay when you do it to Dash. It's not okay when you do it to me. You
Oh,
twat.
yeah, yes, sir.
Well, you're reading it wrong.
No,
It's rules for thee, not for me.
exactly. I am a
Fraudulence. You go
Democrat
to
voter, but
You go to the fraudulence layer with the hypocrites.
yes. See, look, I'm instantly going to hell now. I'm taking you with me, Galaxy. But what about
Well,
Nomi? What do
hang
you
on.
make of this whole situation?
I would have been vaguely interested to see how this could have turned out if it did happen, but I definitely don't see how this could have been nearly as interesting as the first game, especially how things are right now.
Well, the landscape
It would have been a lot very too safe.
Well, we got
compared to
to
the first
understand,
game.
Nomi, that EA is now run by Saudi Arabians, so the
Yeah.
the landscape has shifted a lot, and it will continue.
Yeah,
shift.
so it wouldn't have been as bad as like a couple years ago, but
Mm.
I still don't think like they would have been like willing to push it as far as like the first game did.
I know how to regain people's interest, remaster the first game, then work on the sequel.
Yeah,
or
like a
or
training.
do what like Bayonetta 2 did, if I remember right, where they're like, or maybe it was 3, where they're like, hey, here's the game, also here's the prequel, and you can just have that for free as well. I think that was 2 that did that.
Never turn a woman into a cyborg. That's all I'm saying. But how about
Okay.
you? How about you, Lamissa? What do you make of all this?
Well, I just heard of Satan had a penis hang out when he's
They
fighting.
do. Jiggle
And
physics and all.
baby's coming out of gigantic breasts, and I don't know what to make of it. I'm just like, I'm kind of just stuck on those two things.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't show you the Cleopatra boss fight because of the nudity. Like I could
Well, go on.
like I could like look it up, but like she is like giant and naked, and you're also fighting Mark Anthony at the same time. Because those two were like allegedly lovers.
Yep, they were adulterous cunts who deserved to die. Long live Caesar and his adopted son Octavian. But I do find it to be a very interesting concept, folks, of giving birth to children through the boob. It's a very interesting concept.
Well, it was
Imagine
made by the same people who made Dead Space, so
well, there you go. But it is a strange concept. Actually, getting pregnant, and instead of the baby being, gestating in the womb, it's gestating through the boobs, and they get larger and larger and larger, and then they pop.
Yeah, I don't know why the babies were in her boobs. Like you had fought like the babies before, like because like that's where all the unbaptized are, is like kind of in limbo. Like these were
Well-
all unbaptized babies.
Well, Dash, I don't think they could have used the actual hole because even that might have been a step too far.
Oh man.
So maybe,
Oh man. Maybe that was the original idea.
or maybe through the mouth would have been the least controversial. But the point is, I think they tried to do that to be a bit more creative. But you try doing that today. You try crossing the red line today. You can't even say boo to a fucking goose anymore. You can't even call anyone gay anymore. It's that bad. So if they tried doing that, I agree with Nomi in that respect. If they tried crossing the red line with a Galaxy, could you pronounce the name of this proposed sequel?
Dante's Purgatorio. That's what it said.
Fuck you. That yes, that game. If they try crossing the red line, then they probably get a lot of pushback. Well done, Red. You can say things. But how about you, Zine, if you're still there? What do you make of this whole situation?
Well, like kind of was saying, yeah, this game won't be made because of today's standards. Maybe indie, they could get away through indie.
Yeah, except
Put it
EA
on
owns the
Kickstarter
rights.
or whatever. 'cause they already have it
Yeah,
on-
Kickstarter and although I'm surprised that you would get the video demonetized with the so-called Wang when you have Persona and Sim Intensity games having a Wang monster.
Well, yeah, but it's not explicitly a Wang. It's just shaped like one.
Oh, I mean, have you played the game? It's
I
very.
have not played any of those games, but I know about the penis monster. He's
Are
pretty
you-
famous.
are you talking about Mario or
course
Enix?
you
Of
do.
course I do.
Oh boy, here we go again.
Lol.
You Dash, you literally fell into that one.
Oh,
Okay.
1 second. 1 second, guys. Give me a second. Where is that mute?
No, keep your clothes on, Lamissa. You don't
No,
need
she's
any of
muted.
that now.
No. I've got someone calling me. That's
Oh,
Oh,
good.
okay.
Good. Why does everyone keep calling my regulars? It's like everyone's getting the call to be like, you gotta go now. You gotta
Because
go.
they
you
know
gotta-
they're like, hey, they're doing a podcast. You need to distract them.
Yeah.
Well, Damien, like we probably would have gotten some nudity with angels and stuff, like if we got the other two games.
Never mind.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But we have to understand if they made a sequel and then the third game, it probably would have been around the mid 2010s to early 2020s, and they would have sucked ass. So I think we should be grateful that they didn't get made and released. And well, what about you, Dash? Right back to you again. Any final thoughts on this topic before we penetrate the next one?
As someone who did a complete playthrough of the original game, I didn't do the DLC, but I played the base game. It is disappointing. I think Visceral were a fantastic group of developers, and I was very disappointed when I found out they had been shut down while making their Star Wars game. This project would have been really cool as someone who is like, is a Christian and is into like religion without like getting like all uptight about it. It would have been, I think it really would have been like a really like artful this game. And if the Saudis are testing interest, if this leak was deliberate, like I think the best bet would be to do an uncensored remaster of the original, sell it, give it a nice coat of paint, and then just make the new game either with a new team or with some of the old team.
Well, folks, it's up to you to decide. Do you want this or do you not? But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we should probably move on to the next topic. But before we do that, if you haven't already, like the stream, share the stream. Donations are always welcome. You know, we got to get
If
Damien
you don't like
on
the
this
stream, I'll
show.
find you in your
Yep, we
seat.
do. We need you on, buddy.
We need to get Damien on this
appear in your room
show.
at 3 a.m. If you don't like the stream, I'll appear in your room at 3 a.m.
Well, I'm disliking the stream right now.
Wait, wait,
But
wait.
no, in all seriousness, we always like bringing in new people, fresh talent, that sort of thing. And who knows, folks? We might have a massive Cartoon Network show with all sorts of great people, all sorts. Okay, what's the next? What's the
Okay.
next topic?
Okay, we can either do Insomniac and Marvel, or we can do the One Piece story. I'll let you pick.
Yeah, One Piece, which is short for one piece of shit. Go on then. I
Yeah.
don't like One Piece at all. I just don't.
I still have a bad taste in my mouth from the 4Kids dub, so I never really got into it. But yeah, we have.
Wait, you don't like the theme song there, Dash?
Yo, Gyre Dreamin', don't give it up.
I blame you for this, Galaxy.
Here we
What
go.
was that?
Here we go.
You're dead to me, Galaxy. You're dead to me.
Okay.
Oh.
Hang on, just got to change something real quick.
Well, the name of this topic, just to let everyone know, while Dash sorts out his shenanigans, Ichiro Oda, I think that's the name of the guy,
Yeah.
faces backlash over defending a character's womanhood.
Well, he
Shocker.
didn't face backlash. Like, he had already said definitively this character is a woman and identifies as a woman. You know, she only used just male pronouns because she's a tomboy who idolizes a guy. But people have been pushing this character as trans, including the own animation studio who animates One Piece. Well, at least the English team who runs their Twitter account. Toei Animation, the same studio that does Dragon Ball Z.
Why fetishize a mental illness?
Every repost honors Yamato's free spirit on his birthday. They had to edit it. Every repost honors Yamato's free spirit today. Yeah, so we get official North American Toei Animation account calls Yamato a him and quickly edited the tweet after. For those unaware, Ichiro Oda has stated Yamato is a woman despite saying she's Odin. Look, we know what the American account manager for Toei thinks.
Yes. And it's quite clear, in regards to what Lumissa said about, normalizing mental illness, we have to understand over the past 80 years.
Fetishizing mental illness.
That too. But over the last 80 years, guys and gals, the Overton window has shifted so much that if you showed a guy or a girl 80 years ago this show, that guy or girl would consider this show to be a den of degenerates who should be locked up in a mental institution. So we gotta find an appropriate balance here. And I think the appropriate balance is let the goddamn author decide.
Yep.
How about that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's his story. He's been working on it for years.
No, that'd be silly.
I know this account, despite the trans stuff, this account isn't woke. People don't read One Piece. They watch the TikTok videos. What highlights is that even if the character dies, their legacy can live on in other ways. In this case, it was Yamato, but in the end, she simply finds her own path. The irony is that
of
One
course,
Piece,
because people this generation can't really read, can they?
yeah, this
Most
irony.
people, I mean.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. The irony is that One Piece has there are actual trans characters in One Piece, but they're all ugly. So they want this very distinctly female tomboy to be trans just because the boobs.
So they're realistic, because I've always been a fan of realism in stories, folks, because you need a realistic foundation in any project to make it succeed. So I think that's a good step forward. And we need to understand that One Piece as a story, as a franchise, has been going on for decades. And when it finishes, its sequel will be 2 pieces. Because the one piece they find will be half the piece to a 2-piece set.
Oh man,
And then
you're
we're-
right.
And then we're going to have another 30 fucking years of storytelling.
Oh, this guy makes a great point about Saber, who in Fates is King Arthur. Like, King Arthur is a girl in that universe. Like, they'd say that she was trans.
Uh-huh.
No, she just pretended to be a guy because women couldn't be kings.
No,
Yeah,
the
of course
entirety of Fate would be screwed. There's so many characters and there's so many characters that are like, why is this waifu? I don't know. Because it'll sell. Shut up.
Mm-hmm. Look at this, man. It's insane. It's almost depressing.
Well,
If
it's like
most-
they want to rewrite their story for petty representation. It's like they need this representation so bad. Who cares what the writer says?
Well, we've seen evidence of what happened when they do rewrite for representation. We've seen how that goes.
Yep, Bridget.
Goes
You know
badly.
about Bridget, Digny?
No.
All right, Nomi can tell you about Bridget.
Tell me about this
my
individual.
friend is still very sad. Bridget is a femboy that people love from a fighting game called Guilty Gear. They decided to, in the English dub of Guilty Gear specifically, the newer one, they had Bridget basically at one point basically be like, "Oh no, you can calling me a girl is fine," in like one line, and then everyone's like, "Bridget is trans now, right?" In the English version specifically.
Mm-hmm.
And that changed the discourse around that whole thing forever. And I have a friend on PSN who I've been sent so many messages involving this. He gets so angry.
Yeah, basically, Bridget was a trap, and they basically bullied. But the creator basically caved to the Westerners, and then just changed his backstory, even though apparently his backstory was supposed to be that he was forced to live as a girl because of some customs.
Yeah,
he's on a quest to be more masculine.
No, the lore screwed up. It's like in the thing, he's born. He's I believe he's born. He's born. There's a thing. It's okay, you're born like twins. That's bad luck. We're going to say you're a girl because twin boys are bad luck.
Yeah, and to this day, people are still fighting about this, even though this retcon happened a while ago.
Breaking news. The Japanese once again bend over backwards to the West.
Yep, see, this article is from 2022.
And then there was even a thing not even a year ago for because there was an anime where Bridget's
the actress called her a she, and then she had to delete the tweet and call her
a
he.
Exactly that.
Oh, other way around, but still, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Because the Japanese still consider him a him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
a lot of them don't even know about the retcon.
They're more grounded. They're more well-grounded than the Westerners at this point.
Now, you see, the Japanese will bend over backwards for the West because we'll drop suns on them.
Ooh.
We've done it before.
Yeah.
We'll do it again.
Basically trying to pull a Bridget on this One Piece character with big mommy milkers. who doesn't look like a dude at all, whereas Bridget actually like passes as a girl.
Well, if it's done once, Dash, it can be done again and again and again and again and again. It's very dangerous.
I mean, like he literally has the male symbol on his like design right there. That's the clue. See?
Never let the truth get in the way of a good narrative.
Yeah, but we could probably make an entire episode of this just based on
the
Bridget.
lore on the Bridget drama goes deep. That follower I told you about, before the show started, big Bridget fan. Like he still fights about this stuff to this day. He hates Arc Systems, and he won't even get the new Marvel game from them because he hates what they did.
I forgot that was Arx's.
I'm speechless. I'm completely speechless. I don't know what to say.
This
That
is
is-
absurd.
That game's
it's
worth of lore.
That's completely stupid.
It's shocking. Let's get panel perspectives. Galaxy, you've been rarely quiet through all this. Do you endorse this?
No,
Why not, bigot?
because I am not.
What?
Whatever. What the heck? What's going on? Why are you even gonna-
No, I'm just trying. Okay.
God. Anyway,
Me and Dash are fighting each other on how to structure the panel.
yeah. Anyway, yeah. I don't, because I obviously the I just think that they should they should just like have it to be what the creator wanted to be. So don't change anything.
Yeah. But in the case of Bridget, the writer caved to the demands of others, where like he changed what he originally created.
Yeah,
He
that.
wanted
But,
to be-
yeah, but we're talking about the One Piece thing because I was with the kids.
Yeah, we only brought Bridget up because it was semi-related.
Yeah,
But
they were talking about One Piece.
guys, we need to understand that this is unfortunately part of Japanese culture now. This is a culture that is subservient to a more dominant culture. And if that more dominant culture tells it to do something, it does that because it's subservient. Let's not forget, folks, for all of its faults, and it had plenty of faults, the Japanese had their own distinct culture. And look what happened. They tried to take over the fucking world. And the West stopped them, dominated them, dropped 2 suns on them. And now, ever since, Japanese culture has been nationally very important, but internationally it's subservient to the dominant Western culture. So this, in the larger context, because context is as important as the content itself, but in the wider context, this is not surprising at all. This is why Japan will not survive the poison that is wokeness, because its culture is subservient to a more dominant culture that's already been infected. It's only a matter of time. As I said before, if you bend the knee once, if you give in once, you'll give in again and again and again. And they're going to pay the price.
Get him and then she'll take the whole
Yeah,
thing.
I agree with Dragon Master. There is like pushback, especially with their new prime minister.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully we will see some pushback, but they're really far behind when it comes to the pushback against this stuff.
That's always been my friend's like take on it, is like in terms of like Japan and how they're always like 2-3 years behind the West in terms of, because it took like Japan a few years to get on board with wokeness and shit like we were, and now we're starting to get out of it, and they're a bit behind us in terms of fighting it.
Well, their culture, Nomi, is more or less an extension of ours. So it's inevitable that their culture, which is subservient to ours, and that can't be denied. Japan is the America of Asia. It's literally taken over by the Americans and westernized. Their whole model of being, economically, socially, and politically, is American. So it's only a matter of time before they succumb to the same point, because it is a poison, I'm sure we can all agree, that is wokeness. And why is Dan here? But it's great to have you here. You can only be
Hello,
here
Dan.
for 15. You can only be here for 15 minutes, though, Dan, because Jose.
That's
is
okay.
gonna-
Oh,
It's
But-
okay.
he's
I'm only.
here.
Listen, I barely come
But-
to shows anyway because of my job. So
It's all right. It's all right. But the point is, it's inevitable that this is going to happen, folks, right? This is why I know for a fact that Japan will bend the knee to this, to all the changes, to all the censorship, to all the wokeness, because they have a cultural precedent of doing so that goes back nearly 100 years. Simple. Sorry to
Hello.
be the only VTuber in existence who's anti-Japanese, but it's true.
You're a PNG tuber.
I don't know how to fucking move like
You are
but
beneath
imagine
us.
if I did.
Well, you can, but I mean,
don't
there's a
wanna.
way. There's a way to actually do it without having the same we have it, but you're just gonna have to like.
You look at a franchise like One Piece and how it has developed and adapted and continued. In all honesty, a story shouldn't last that long. A story shouldn't last 30 years. Or however, how long has One Piece been going, Dash?
It's since the 90s, like the late 90s.
It's been going on for nearly 30 years, right? At some point, you're going to stop and start a new story. This is what the West used to be so great at doing until recent times. We create something, we let it shine, we let it rest, then we make something new, and so on and so forth.
Well,
The
the creator
reason-
of Naruto wanted to end the show right away, but the publishers wanted to keep milking it. But he did also eventually end it and then created a spin-off series that sucked. But besides
Well,
the
that's-
point,
Well, that's the thing about creation, Dash. The only way we can move forward to a better and brighter culture is to not just rely on what was, but also look to what can be, whether it's a success or a failure. We can learn as much from failure as we can from success. And that's something we've forgot a lot about in the West. And they're going to start forgetting about it in the East because, as I said before, we beat them. So they're subservient to us. If the Japanese pursued their own independent way of doing things, they'll quickly be an enemy of America. I'll tell you that, folks, very quickly. But that's beside the point in regards to this this
Yeah,
topic. But
should I,
before we move on to the next topic, let's actually say hi to Dan. How have you been, Dan?
not much working and just having a great time. So I'm glad today is Friday and I don't have to worry about working on the weekends.
Good,
Yeah,
very good.
yeah.
Now
Oh,
we
I wanted to say something. You guys talking about
Sure.
the Japanese culture? I heard that they're going back to their roots again with the gaming because the West has not been doing a very great job with the gaming industry. So they're trying to go back and take back all the gaming industries back into Japan.
well, considering you should never base yourselves in California, but consider
Yep,
this,
that's true.
Dan.
Oh,
Consider this, Dan. There's no place wokeness can't penetrate, no culture they can't corrupt. It is that deadly and dangerous.
Yeah, it's a
You can only-
virus. It's a
Yeah, you
virus.
can only run from it for so long. It can infect everything: left, right, Christian, Muslim, Jew, all groups, all mindsets, everywhere. It is a poison.
That is true. That is
on
true.
human beings.
And I've been noticing. I've
imagine
been
if we were
noticing
to
that.
penetrate North Korea. That would probably be an improvement.
oh, North
Well-
Korea would never let that shit
No,
in.
no,
Like, they're very
no.
guarded.
No, wokeness in North Korea is just freedom. But in all seriousness, ladies and gentlemen, and one day it will fucking penetrate their country. But while we have Dan here, we might as well talk about the next topic because we can only have a panel of 6. So Dan will have to be replaced with
Yeah,
Jose.
I know. I'm only here gonna be here for a
It's
bit.
all right.
I can
Because
go
all right.
now if you need.
Dash
Well-
Attack wanted me here a couple of times, and I'm being honest.
But
Just supporting Dash Attack and the rest of you guys.
Well, 2.3, I can write that down for solid 15 minutes. What's 2.3 about? The whole Marvel Insomniac stuff.
Yeah,
Take it
so
away.
Marvel and Insomniac make a pledge to continue to pump out more Sweet Baby slop.
It's not surprising.
Marvel Games says it will continue to collaborate with Insomniac Games for many years to come, implying more Marvel games from Spider-Man and Wolverine.
It's not
Endless
surprising.
slop.
What really surprised me about this, folks, was the fact that nearly all of the Wolverine game got leaked online. It's like, you guys have a serious security problem, okay?
It's Sony. What do you expect?
I expect them to. They should know what the fuck they're doing, especially when they're keeping console gaming alive. But I think as a result of this collaboration, I expect both of these companies to go to sleep very soon, which is ironic because one is called Insomniac Games.
Like, there's
I
actually a
get
new Marvel game coming out called Marvel Cosmic Invasion that actually looks really cool, and it's done in a more comic book retro style. Whereas, like this is just more like Sony slop with realism and like redesigns of characters to make them more modern.
Well, I'll tell you this, folks, right? Remember when I think it was Square Enix made that Marvel game? What was it called? Avengers?
Yeah,
Mhm.
That was fantastic, wasn't it?
yeah,
Was it
it's
Square?
so fantastic they killed the service.
Exactly. Which is why you should never let Square Enix touch anything, folks. All right? Marvel games had their time. Marvel had its time. Let it fade away.
That
Big
that
Meat,
was
Big
back on
Meat,
like
it's not
PS2,
called-
PS3.
It's not called Square Enix. It's called Square Anus. All right, now.
Square
Yeah.
Enix.
That's it.
Well, it's called Square Enix Holdings now.
Dan, stop talking out of your Enix. And speaking of Dan, what do you make of all this, Dan, while you're here?
About the Marvel, I think Marvel is not going good in the direction as they supposed to be, because Marvel used to be great back then, growing up watching X-Men, Spider-Man, all that stuff. But what really corrupted Marvel was actually the propaganda that we have right now, and it hasn't been good, because I used to watch X-Men cartoons all the time. I used to play the games all the time. It's a lot. It's a lot going on right now. And this Wolverine upcoming game that you guys have here, even the Empress has actually had talked about it. It looks violent, gore. I kind of like the gore part, but the character is not gonna look the way it's supposed to look.
Yeah, Mystique, like
Mystique is fucked up.
complete black tested. That's not how Mystique, not even in the kids' cartoons. was
Not even in the
she
comic books.
It's ridiculous.
It is.
I mean, they
It's
did
ridiculous.
kind of get Wolverine right though himself. He's
Well,
fine.
yeah, he's drunk,
But-
alcoholic, but we've seen that before. We've seen
Yeah.
him like this before.
I don't
it's
wanna
the
Well,
see-
I
same
mean-
story.
I mean, it's pretty. Yeah, but it is pretty much Wolverine in a nutshell, anyway. So it's not like you.
Well, Look,
You're gonna see it this way.
Galaxy, right? I don't want to see two-dimensional Batmen kissing each other, okay? Let's have something new, fresh, vibrant, right? This is what the opposition do now. They take the origins of things and they wear them like skin suits. Let's have something new, something fresh, something vibrant to catch the audience's attention, okay? And Yasto makes a great point. This is the Cartoon Network show full of cartoons. It's not offensive.
You
It's a
gotta
fucking fact.
you gotta
I guess
represent, man.
I guess I'm Xander then. Who's Captain Hero?
Certainly isn't me. I'm Captain Villain.
No, man, you're Captain Jew.
Yeah.
How? da-
Oh,
I don't even have a nose.
okay, Dragon Master leaves us with this super chat. Gotta go now. See you all next time. Thank you so much for the support,
you.
man.
See ya.
Shout
out, Dragon Master.
Have a good one.
So
Thank
would
you.
anyone like me to drop out for someone else? I know like
No,
No,
I'm
got
gonna
no,
drop out if
no.
if you got somebody backstage, I'll drop. I'm just
Yeah,
wanting to,
all
I
right,
just
I'm
wanted to
gonna
be here
kick you
for
out.
support.
All right, thank you so
Yeah,
much,
well,
Dan.
yeah.
AJ,
Leaving you guys.
Thank you very
Leaving
much.
I
Hi,
want to get
Jace.
your I want to get your take on
Jace.
this whole Insomniac slot pledge.
Man, this is the most disgusting and egregious display that the Disney company cares more about adhering to the woke cult than anyone else. Aside from the fact they've now doubled the price of Disney Plus, which is just basically setting this brand on fire because nobody is going to
Yep.
really enjoy Marvel Comics. I grew up on Marvel Comics. I collected Marvel Comics. I was a big fan of everything Marvel. And as Digny said, their time has come and gone. You know, you can go back, you can play like the older Deadpool game is still a great game. You can play the older Wolverine game, still a bloody, violent mess. What you're going to get here is DI slop. You're going to get the typical bait and switch. They're going to make you play as Jean more than you're going to play as Wolverine. Mystique looks hideous. They've race swapped Callisto into being Deborah Wilson, Dash's favorite. You know, so this game is going to be hot garbage. The problem is, unfortunately, there's too many normies that are just dumb. Oh, duh, it has the Wolverine. I'm going to buy it. So they have no desire to course correct because they know they don't have to. And so the problem is they're going to keep doubling down on sweet baby soy slop. And it's not going to be good for us, but the best thing you do is play your backlogs. Any good X-Men or Spider-Man or any of these games came out 20 years ago, and go back 20, 30 years ago and play that. Marvel Ultimate Alliance, you could download that and play that rather than give your time, money, and energy into whatever the hell crap
And
they're
like
pumping
I
out.
said, Cosmic
You
Invasion.
can play Marvel Alliance 3, like it's recent.
Well,
The recent one actually is
guys.
really good too.
Guys, Jose made a great point about Deborah Wilson. Dash, how's that Deborah Wilson avatar coming along? Could you
yeah.
incorporate it into your VTuber setup and look like Deborah Wilson?
I could
I
could
forgot about
commission
that
a
tweet.
Deborah Wilson VTuber model at
Then
some
you could
point.
be the first black host of a network show.
Yeah.
Well, technically, it would be first blackface host of a of a network show.
Well, I was also going to say, you guys are
Be identity
blackface
theft.
trans host.
We need to get one for Galaxy for when he plays Terra Enigma.
It wouldn't even be
what?
transgender. It'd
Well,
be trans.
yeah, well,
Deborah
I'm almost
Wilson.
done with that, Jay, so I haven't done that more. So
It's
the last
trans.
thing.
It wouldn't even be. It'd be trans identity. Deborah Wilson. I feel like I am Deborah Wilson. I feel like
my
I need,
goodness.
as a former Mad TV star and now motion capture voice actress.
You identify as a black woman now, Dash. It's wow.
So brave.
I know, it's so
So
stunning, isn't it?
I know. But what about you, Lumissa? What do you make of this whole situation?
Wokies just fucking around and finding out. Well, I mean, they're fucking around, they're finding out, but the finding out part just goes right over their head and they just go at it again. Like, it's really stupid. Like, I've seen the trailer for Wolverine and I think, like, stop trying to tell a story. Alright, because you're bad at it. Just focus on the hack and slash because that's what gamers love. I mean, those close-ups where he just rips people apart, that's pretty awesome. But no, you have to have some freaking woke exposition added to the narrative.
Because they want to
And
tie it
like
with
that's
this.
like
They want to tie it with
trying
the
to give it a
Spider-Man
boner,
game.
it would just go flash right then and there.
Go on, Dash.
Yeah, they want it to be like they want it all connected and make an MCU video game verse. You know, and so they want to connect it with the Spider-Man 2 and stuff like that. So of course, like the Wolverine's going to have to get replaced with X-23 at some point.
Of course.
Yeah, I know they want. Yeah, I think they did want to make like.
Oh,
an
that's
MCU
gonna be in the DLC, Dash. You didn't hear?
Yeah, we'll get X-23 and maybe they'll even race swap her.
Eesh.
Yeah, and the other sad thing is that Insomniac used to make games like they made. I actually found out they actually made Spyro. I know, dude. I was at N64, guys. I was N64.
Yes, they made Spyro Dash.
Wow.
Yeah. So I didn't grow up like too much. I didn't have a PlayStation as a
Fucking
kid.
weather.
Yeah. So So they were the original Spyro devs. I knew about Ratchet and Clank already, and that's what the games they should be making, but they're not. Honestly, if PlayStation had more games like Sly Cooper and Ratchet and Clank going for them, like they wouldn't be bleeding so much. It's all the line that we shouldn't slop.
You know why though? Because the slop sells very well to the normies, and that's who they need to get. Because those of us who are in the know, Dash, of course, it's easy for us to say, "Oh yeah, they should do another Ratchet and Clank," right? But they know that we are not going to support the console gaming. A lot of us are pivoting away to PC gaming, so they really need to get those normies that just are not in the know about anything. Duh! I see the PS5 and a Wolverine game. I'm going to buy. Oh, we consume product. Like they need those people, those vegetables that walk around. These are people that they're gonna sell consoles to.
Yeah, the reason why we call them normies, guys.
And that's unfortunate because I don't know if I'm like the only. I played like the recent Ratchet and Clank one that was on like PS. That was actually a pretty fun game. I enjoyed it, but yeah, honestly, like probably a lot of those normies never played it.
No, why would they?
Reasons.
And folks, I'm standing up now because my leg's hurting. Thanks to my boom arm, I can stand up and do this. I'm Melanie Mac. I'm Melanie Mac standing up.
Don't ever say that again. Don't ever say that again.
And before someone photoshops Digny's head on Melanie's body.
Oh man.
Very good.
Digny Mac.
Oh, wait a minute, guys. Give me a minute. I'm just going to change my avatar. Just one minute.
No.
Oh, God, no.
Oh, no. I know what's happening now.
What have you guys done?
Look, Dash, just be grateful whatever he changes it to, it won't be Bonnie Blue with a penis in her mouth like my co-host did yesterday on stream.
No, what? I missed that.
We got John drunk on the show, and then he accidentally left his browser open while searching for Bonnie Blue to talk about.
That explains a lot.
Oh boy.
That one.
$7,000, please.
There we go. That's better, folks. I think this game is fantastic if it supports Israel.
Well, there are Ukrainian flags in Spider-Man 2, so
that's not good enough, though, Dash. Right? I honestly think that onwards into the future, more and more people, as we are seeing, are going to transfer away from console gaming. They're going to go into PC gaming, and then it's going to be a pitch battle between PC gaming and mobile gaming. And if you're an investor, and if you're looking at the games industry, you're investing in mobile gaming. You're not investing in PC gaming. PC gaming is actually doing very well because of another industry, and that's AI. Because all the GPUs and CPUs that are being made are going primarily into AI development. But as a secondary factor, they're being used to really increase the power and potential of PC rigs.
Well, it's also, Digny, a lot of the reason why a lot of these companies are moving away from woke now has nothing to do with us winning the culture war and everything to do with the fact that they've realized that these people are not economically viable and can be replaced with an AI that will do their job in 1/5 of the time. And they don't have to feed it and give it 3 lunch breaks and $800 wine cooler nights.
It won't go on strike. It won't complain. It won't demand for more equity. It'll just do its job.
And what do you need for good AI? You need a really good CPU, and you really need a good GPU. Folks.
That's true. That's
why NVIDIA especially are putting. It's getting close to $1 trillion into this. Have you seen
Nancy Pelosi's favorite stock, my friend?
Oh my goodness! But it just goes to show, though, as more and more tech is being poured into these systems, it seems the games, the mainline games, the AAA games are getting worse and worse on average because, to quote an orange man, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know how to handle all this money, all these people, and get out a decent project in a short amount of time. Look at GTA 6, man. It's delayed again.
Disaster. It's a disaster.
It's so big that it has to fail. Now, I'm not saying GTA 6 is going to fail. As someone who likes Starfield, they delayed Starfield so that it could literally run well. So maybe that's what they're doing over at Rockstar. But you look at this game, hyper-realistic Marvel slop. Is that the future of Sony PlayStation? Hyper-realistic slop.
That's the direction they've been going. I've been trying to encourage Sony to go the Astrobot route and bring back some of their 90s brands and to like Sly Cooper, like all those games I missed out on as a kid for being a Nintendo guy.
Remember Little Big Planet? Remember that?
Yep, I remember
Remember
Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
Remember when that was the flagship brand for Sony PlayStation and people really enjoyed it?
Yep, where is it?
I think one other flagship was Mod Nation Racers, I think. But
You know, look, they even didn't even capitalize on freaking Bloodborne. Has a freaking cult following, and they didn't greenlight a sequel.
Many such
That
cases.
would be smart. That would make money. We can't do that.
But everything has to be in a universe now, Dash. Okay? Everything has to be a franchise. Everything has to be either a multi-billion-dollar success or nothing.
Yeah.
The Scooby-verse.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
It used to be that you made a game, and if you made your money back and it made some extra money, you were doing all right. I mean, look how many games didn't get franchises from the PS1 era. They were just one and done, or one or two games and done. Not everything needs to be a universe or a multiverse or an expanded trilogy, or we also don't need 600 remasters of a game that just came out 5 years ago. Sony hasn't figured that one out either. And it's not going to work. Like, why are we? I think they're doing something with Horizon already, and it's like, wait a minute, that game's not even old enough for you to necessitate some of the stupid things that you're doing with this franchise.
So they're doing another remaster of the Forbidden West game or something? Or
yeah, I think they're doing remasters, and they're doing a series
Horizon
that nobody cares about.
Well, guys, don't you? But guys, don't you want to play The Last of Us 2 Part 2? Come on, it's a fantastic game. She Rage Princess Bitch is playing Abby.
Last of Us 2 Potato Edition.
No,
Come on, guys.
I'll just watch the season HBO slop, in addition to the remaster, and release it at around the exact same time.
Since we're talking about this this thing with this Marvel for Insomniac, there is another Marvel news that came out.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, let me just share the screen.
Oh, let me see. Digny, can you?
I can't. I'm standing up. I can't fucking reach my laptop.
Okay, yeah, I did hear they're delaying the Captain America Black Panther game.
Yeah,
I think
it's an indefinite delay too, because it was originally.
Are they really gonna call the game Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra?
That's
yes,
the name
they are.
of the game.
That's the name of the game. Yeah.
Hail Hydra.
What a ridiculous title!
Yeah, well, I mean,
titles have gotten worse. Aren't they doing a Lord of the Rings movie called The Search for Golem?
Yeah.
What are these titles, man?
Yeah, that is a terrible title. I agree with you, Jace. But yeah, I don't mind this title.
I think
you
this
should
one kind of
at least
fits.
put Black Panther or Captain America on there to show people who the characters are. I know they're on the cover, but still, put Captain America on there.
You know what? All of these delays, I believe them ultimately to be political.
Yeah, because of Trump's in office. It's like,
yeah,
don't want to have it out.
Because the Charlie Kirk stuff.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I don't doubt for a second that the GTA delay is to remove content that might be considered to compel people to carry out more assassination attempts. And I think that with a game like this, The Rise of Hydra, Unfortunately, you have a lot of leftist game developers that are salivating at the thought of making everything Hydra does an allegory to something in real life. It wasn't that long ago that the writers at Marvel hired Ta-Nehisi Coates to turn the Red Skull into Jordan Peterson, essentially. That's where these people are
and
at.
that's sad because
Marvel.
Amy Hemming is supposed to be involved on this project, and I don't know her politics specifically, but she did work on some great stuff in the past.
Yeah, she worked on the Uncharted games, which are actually really good.
Yes, but you
story.
do also have to remember that Amy Hennig also worked on Forspoken, and you know how that turned out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
But I mean, was she the only writer on it Forspoken, or did she have?
No, there were a few, but I'm saying
see, that's what I'm saying. That they probably took over.
The Soy Boy screenwriter for Rogue One wrote Forspoken.
What a horrible game!
Guys, do you know that in Star Trek Picard season 3 that PTSD captain?
Mm-hmm.
You remember him who got killed?
No, I gave up on Star Trek after Stacey Abrams became president of Earth.
Actually, he didn't die. He was still alive at the end of the show.
Was he? Oh,
yeah.
Well, the point is, he was one of the writers for Forspoken as well.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Literally recommended for the role by that Terry Matalas guy.
Do you know?
Actually, yeah, that season actually was really good though. So
do you know why Claire Obscure is getting a lot of the positive praise that it gets? Because it's something new in a world of remakes, remasters, slop, game franchises being worn as skin suits. It was something entirely new. Yep. And I think that's one of the reasons that it was so successful. And that's why, as Digny has said before on this show, the sequel might be very, very different depending on what they decide to do. It may be less successful because you're never as good as your first time.
Mm-hmm.
You always remember.
Well, I think it's going to be uniquely French. Which, folks, everyone hates France.
My favorite review is the guy who said that it's a great game, but he has to give it a bad review simply because it's French.
Well,
that review was so funny.
Well, Jace, if they're removing some of the political cringe from this game and actually making it a legit fun World War II game, then I'm all for that. But it's just a shame that things had to get so bad for them to come to that realization that nobody wants this. What if Nazis...
know what? Honestly, with the rise of all of these people turning Nick Fuentes into a boogeyman, they should just let you play as Hydra in the game.
Well, that's the crazy thing, Jose. It's literally called Marvel 1943: Rise of Hydra. Who are you going to play as?
They should have just had you play as
and Captain America.
Well, they should have let us play as Red Skull then.
Well, with a title,
that would have been more fun. Probably.
Guys, with a title like that, we know how it's going to end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hydra has risen.
Also they already canonized it. If this has any connection to their MCU type of content, they've already canonized that Hydra does in fact take over America with the algorithms, with S.H.I.E.L.D., everything else. We know this. We've seen Captain America Winter Soldier's been out a long time. I don't think I'm spoiling it for anybody by saying that.
Why is a dangerous conspiracy theory turned into a movie? Captain America Winter Soldier is a dangerous conspiracy theory.
It was also the last truly good one.
With my profile picture like this, that could really boost the show in the algorithm by saying that. But we usually like to keep the shows around 2 hours, folks, and we got 2 more topics to go. Dash, do you want to talk about Nintendo or the gay Indonesians?
We can talk about the gay Indonesians. We've been talking about Nintendo a lot. Yeah.
Okay, then let's talk about the gay Indonesians.
Ian Miles Chong?
He's Malaysian.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. They all look the same to me. I'm sorry.
Okay, let's see. I'm trying to find the stuff.
This is racist.
Oh, it's true. I would rather live in the Quartering's basement than live in the same country as Ian Miles.
Damn it! The guy privated his account. I don't have the. If someone has a screenshot of it, then
I'll
Like,
see what I
literally,
can do,
the
Dash.
I
But
literally lost the context.
No, it's all right. Don't worry. Don't panic. Don't
Yeah.
panic. But just to let everyone know, the title of this topic is Indonesians deny gay VTuber an avatar in Bake the Cake 2.0. Now, a lot of people watching, whether it's live or on replay, may not have any idea where Indonesia is. However, just to give you guys some context, a fun quiz you can actually ask people, a fun question you can ask people is which country has the world's biggest Muslim population? Naturally, people would think Iran or Saudi Arabia or maybe Egypt. But no, it's not in the Arab world. The correct answer is Indonesia. Yet they produce barely any terrorists. But they are a very Islamic country, but they're also quite the secular country in that everyone's treated equally, because if they weren't, they'd all be killing each other. So it's purely for pragmatic reasons. I know this because as a Jew, I have to learn about groups that want to destroy me. And I think it's very important, as Dash recommended this topic to me, to realize that people have a right to refuse when their religious beliefs run contrary to your beliefs.
Yeah.
No
This
matter
was
what
essentially-
religion it is. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Dan.
so the post, I can't pull up the post, but basically the guy said, hey, this guy wrote respectfully, I don't feel comfortable doing your commission. I didn't review this fully. I'm sorry. I don't want it goes against my religion. Like, you know, he doesn't do queer stuff. And then like the guy like posted it right here. And then he was saying, oh, I'm not trying to get people to harass this guy. I'm like, yes, you fucking are. And it basically, he got called out for it, and he went private.
Well, guys, never try to harass people in the Muslim community, because they will do more than harass you back. Jose, what do you make of this situation from first impression?
You know, in the old days, and I can say that being probably one of the two oldest people here, there used to be this sign in front of some businesses, and it used to say, we reserve the right to refuse service to anyone. They don't have, a business should not have to explain itself. If they just feel that they're uncomfortable serving you, we reserve the right to refuse service to you. Sorry. We don't trust it. We don't like it. You know, obviously in America, we had the big Bake the Cake bigot scandal with the Christian bakery that was forced to compelled
Multiple
to
times
bake a gay cake.
they went scorched earth on that fucking bakery.
Yeah, they continue to harass that bakery to this day. Here's the problem. If you were gay, why the hell would you go to a Christian bakery and demand they bake a cake? That to me is kind of weird. Now, when this guy says, look, I don't want to do business with you, I'm sorry, it's against my religion.
Because they want to start something.
You should just respectfully bow out, and I don't know, here's a novel idea. Find somebody else.
Yeah, there's hundreds of artists, including Indonesian artists, who would gladly draw whatever for you.
I mean,
and you could find them easily.
Now, as far as VTubers go, and we're on here where I'm the only fleshling currently on this panel, all of you have, experience, dealing with artists, dealing with people who you commission to do this work. And there are many people who are willing to do the work. There are many people, this is a competitive space. Artwork is a competitive space. It's not that hard to find somebody else to work on it and just, sort of move about your day. The only reason you would have to publicize this is you wanted to cancel this guy. You wanted to stick it to him. You wanted people to harass him, because you know how these people are, especially on social media. They dogpile on people and they go after this person. And this is funny because these are the same type of people who will turn around and then tell you how glad they are that Zoran Mamdani is the mayor of New York City now.
Yeah.
But this you have to be the right kind of Muslim, the one that always smiles and, hi guys, I'm an avowed communist.
So this
Exactly.
I love everybody. Free shit. Free shit, everybody.
He's a 19-year-old. He is 19 years old, and he wasn't comfortable doing that.
Yep.
By the way, I want to point this out because this is an important implication to make. In his country, guys, it might be illegal for him to even work on something like this. If he gets caught working on this, he could be punished. He could be stoned. He could be prosecuted. Or worse.
I have a gay friend from Indonesia who's worried about his parents finding out he's gay. Like,
Oh,
it's
dear,
true.
yeah.
It's real there.
The problem is that too many people believe that
Indonesian.
every country, including the Middle Eastern countries, including the Muslim countries, including the foreign countries, all operate the exact same way that the Western world does.
Oh yeah,
And they
they're
don't.
fucking ignorant.
And we
fucking
need to
ignorant
understand,
how the
folks,
rest of the world thinks.
for Dash's Indonesian gay friend,
Mhm.
tell him to be a bisexual. It will save
I'd
his
say the
life.
same to my Indonesian gay friend, but we've
But he got stoned.
We've lost.
Oh damn.
Probably did.
Oh shit.
God forbid.
Damn.
Wow.
Probably did.
Boy.
Boy.
You know what? I'm gonna make generative AI to get a Waklamot sprite in Final Fantasy VI just so I could have Strago cast the spell where he throws stones. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Strago does have a spell called Stone where he just throws rocks at people.
Okay, in all honesty, I feel a little uncanny how much attention this account, my VGen, has been getting after. I want to remind everyone that this is my art account and my comfort space for me. Please also note that I do not justify or support any form of queerphobia, though at this point some people have labeled me as one. I truly hope everyone here will also continue to keep this space kind and respectful.
I have no problem with the
Yeah,
he
was
really
real
respectful.
nice about it, man.
His statement that I can't pull up anymore that got screenshotted was also very, very respectful and chill. Like the nicest way possible, saying I just don't feel comfortable doing this.
Look, these people are polite. They're not like me, who have been like, I would have cursed them out. Furious Dan, who was here a little while ago, would have give the guy what he wanted as VTuber, but it would have been punched in the face by an AI fist.
Blue Mages represent?
Just to let everyone know.
Represent?
No, let Mr. talk.
I was just gonna say Blue Mage represent.
Blue Mage represent. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. And the fact that you're standing up for your beliefs makes me interested in getting art from you and supporting you. Oh, good on her. Watching you bend over backwards to apologize over absolutely nothing makes me not want.
You never apologize.
Oh,
well, she's giving good advice. Yeah,
exactly.
Like do not grovel to these people.
Yeah.
We need to understand one thing, and this is why myself and my mentor Voldemort are nasty cunts. Okay, you've got to be a nasty cunt to deal with these people, even if it means being a nasty cunt to your colleagues. Okay, because if you're nice to everyone, you are fucked in every space. So just be a nasty cunt.
Oh yeah. Oh, the other irony. This guy said the guy who commissioned the art and shamed him. He wrote this genuine question. Is it bad for me to not be comfortable drawing het couples? I'm an artist and I think this has made me think. So he's literally doing this. You fucking hypocrite moron.
No, he wants everyone to be gay, Dash.
Exactly.
Right.
Some of the radical sects of these people believe that that everybody is on the gay spectrum to some capacity.
Sexual ideology. Everyone can be gay.
Yeah,
everyone
it just
can
takes
be
a little cracking.
Which is contradiction to I was born this way. You can't have both.
I don't even know if that's
for
even
reasons
still a thing,
I
the whole born this way.
think I have a say in that.
Exactly.
Like, take me as an example. I don't know when it happened or how it happened. I just I just thought things over and
Well, you can't. It's unfortunate because you can't really have these conversations in the Western world. You can't really have them in the Muslim world because you are who you are.
Imagine if you could actually have serious conversations about this stuff. Maybe we would have better understanding how the human mind works.
Well, human beings, and this is speaking from a panel of cartoons, mind you, human beings prefer either this or that. Human beings are not interested in multi-layered conversations. That's why for most of human history, it's either you're allowed to be it or you're not allowed to be it.
Most things are most things have duality, Digny.
Exactly.
Pepsi or Coke, Android or iPhone. It goes much deeper, as you said. Left or right. This or that.
And that's why, Dash, we don't have conversations like those, because if those conversations, those words led to actions, it would be one of two outcomes. Either you're allowed to exist or you're not allowed to exist. And in a democracy, all you need is a simple majority to make that happen.
Mm-hmm.
And if some smart aleck is smart enough and cunning enough to convince the majority of the population that you benders are everything that's wrong with our world, shit's gonna go down real quick in that country. So that's why we don't have those sorts of conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, like I know from my friend what the culture in Indonesia is. And while like there might be some like kind of like more secular Muslims in the space, like, you know, VTuber artists and such, like, you know, it's not like it's like, you know, some of them, like my friend is literally afraid of getting found out. Like,
Of course, because he lives in a land where it is considered by the majority of the population to be wrong, and they have their reasons to believe it is wrong. And for some reason, Lumissa is playing with a bird.
well,
Well, I should make a smack animation for my VTuber in case any of you want to smack me, but a rubber duck
That's
is
all
what I
right.
could do.
yeah.
It's all right. At least you'll never kill your bird on camera. But in all seriousness, ladies and gentlemen, it's so sad that this has to be a thing. But we need to understand that Muslims are not Christians. They will not bend over backwards to this cult because they want to conquer the world. So they're going to resist with much more passion and zealotry than the Christian West has. So best of luck to everyone involved. You're going to need it, and I will simply sit back, relax, and enjoy the fact that you are tearing each other to pieces. What about you, Galaxy Red? What do you make of this whole situation about Indonesians denying gay VTuber avatar?
Well, I mean, it is. I guess because of their beliefs. I guess it's fine.
Yep.
You know, but if they should like others are saying that they should be you know, the people are trying to like get it requested, they should be finding someone else to do it that will be fine with doing it, you know. So just don't be pestering someone that won't do it.
Yeah, like there's plenty of artists, like no shortage. Like,
Yeah.
Exactly. And what about Nomi? Sorry to leave you till last to talk about
No.
this. You are our guest after all. What do you make of all this?
No words. I mean, the thing is, like, it's always their prerogative. It's always their prerogative. Like the whole thing you mentioned before, like we have the right to refuse serve. Like even if it wasn't belief or whatever, he could have just refused service regardless. And yeah, if like it's like if he really cared to, if the dude really cared to just like, I didn't want to cancel him or whatever, you don't just find someone else. You can just like, it's very competitive. All the person needed to do is like, hey, I tried commissioning this person. They said no. They probably could have found an artist that would have given them a fucking discount because of that. Instead, they went this route and then got dogpiled for being an asshole.
Well, that's the thing, man. It's the way of the world. It's always been the way of the world. It's literally win or lose, kill or be killed. I can't think of a better way to describe it, so that's why I use that term. It's either this group does this group in or that group does this group in. And I think this community needs to realize that the Indonesians are not pushovers. Even the progressive ones are not pushovers. And this is a country that has stayed under the radar for decades. And considering its recent history, by Western standards, it's a fucking brutal country that wants to gobble up its neighbors like you Yanks want to gobble up turkeys during Thanksgiving.
The turkeys are delicious.
There we go. And Indonesia finds Papua New Guinea delicious too, Nomi. So on that note, we got one more topic for today's show in about half an hour. So that's
Yep.
plenty of
And,
time.
Chase,
Dash,
we're going to need you for this one.
Dash, fire
away. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So the Square Enix Purge begins as Kate Croner is officially out of Final Fantasy 14.
We're all like happy
Thank
about
goodness.
that. We're all happy about that.
Dash already knows I've been posting like after everything, just that post of Harry Potter's uncle being like, finally, justice, because that's how it feels.
Yeah.
Let's see, I had.
I just
all
hate
these things.
Square Enix. I've never liked Square Enix as a company. Never.
Yeah.
Never liked Square
Yeah.
Enix. Square
But then-
and Enix separately were two fantastic companies
Mhm.
that didn't need to merge.
Funny
Indeed.
detail about the firings, they did it when their profits were up.
Beautiful. But you know what? Here's the funny thing
Nice.
about it. What have their most recent games been? They've been HD 2D games like Dragon Quest 1 and
Yep,
2.
smaller remasters, real RPGs.
Adventure of Elliot, which looks like something that's right up Galaxy
Oh,
Red's
I
alley to
cannot
play.
wait for
Yeah,
that
same thing
game.
for Dash too.
I
So
can't.
yeah,
I'm
it
very
looks
looking forward
fun. Yeah, I'm gonna get it if I can.
You know, they're seeing losses on Final Fantasy 14, but they're gonna have to pivot. They have to start gearing up for that next expansion. And they have to bring back goodwill with the customer. That's something they've lost, and Galaxy Red can attest to that with me. Dash, I know you probably are familiar with Final Fantasy 14 as
I
well.
am
But I mean,
familiar
most
with
of our
this
group,
course,
Misa
yes.
plays too. So
really?
Yeah.
Most of our group has like left Final Fantasy 14. Galaxy and I have a group of core guys we've been running with on Rumble for a long time.
mhm.
And most of those people are not playing the game because it's gotten just too gay, too woke, too phoned in, because the motivation of the staff has obviously been affected.
yeah,
And what do? You have to clean house. And it's about time Takashi Kiru picked up his balls and decided to do something, because he was not made CEO to just sit there and let Square Enix fall apart. This is a
I
guy
got
who's
it.
around our age.
I
yeah.
got it.
I also the
Final Fantasy
Rob,
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna love this.
yeah, let
has a new
let me
lead
let me
Let
say something. I was trying to say
No,
something.
you're not
Wait,
allowed
wait,
to
wait,
speak.
wait.
This is Dash's show, and you will bend over and take it.
Oh, that
Gosh,
escalated quickly.
Yeah.
What the
I
He
am
went
fuck?
from
Angelica,
Galaxy
go
Red to
ahead.
Bonnie Blue in about 2.5 seconds.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead, Galaxy.
never mind.
No, never mind. Tell me.
Why would I say it now?
Look,
It's just
I
so good.
take that back. I benefit the least from this being Dash's show, so I'm going to take that back.
Yeah.
Oh, ouch. What's that supposed to mean? Ugh.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm
Anyway,
filling
we're
out
listening-
airtime.
We're listening to Roach King.
Final Fantasy has a new lead translator, Paul Chandler. Thank you for your hard work for these past years, Kate. You didn't deserve the harassment Llama Todd and other idiots gave you. Can't wait to see what's coming next. And so basically,
And Llama
they
Todd
replaced
plays.
this person, and Kate is the English localization manager for Dawn Trail. And so this basically is this woman. I mean, really is no surprise. This is her. And, she's going around talking about doing a purge for the Confederacy. Right, or for people that she disagrees with publicly, right? And I think this is what people are really fed up with. They're fed up with liberal people feeling like they can just go out and just be openly advocating for violence and racism, like it's just normal. Like I think that's what people are really tired of. Meanwhile, like people have been spending 5 years, 10 years getting fired for the same beliefs, right? The mentally ill. Yeah, I think people are just fucking tired of this, right? And so anyway, this girl goes out and says this. Obviously, a lot of people talk about it. I talk about it. Asmongold calls for Kate Conroy to be fired after reposting controversial political opinions. Asmongold calls for her to get fired 2 months ago, and she got fired. Why would you care someone's opinion on a game dev you didn't even play? I think people just don't want to have people in positions of power or any sort of place
Aslan did
inside
play
of
14.
society that are advocating for
Yeah,
a
he did
purge
play
of
for a
people that
little
they
while.
disagree with politically, right? It's really not
I don't
that
think he still
complicated.
has.
There we go,
to-
right here. Bottom feeder imagines he's important. Who imagines he's important to the exception of the rule that says there is no extreme controversy, any decent person knows fascism should never be tolerated. You're absolutely right. And that's why whenever people advocate for purging the people that they disagree with politically, they get fired because fascism wasn't tolerated. Wow. What a big day for me. Oh, it's too bad, isn't it? So all these people crying and coping and, you know, just getting mad about this, yet he talks about you. Yeah, all these people that don't care about me sure seem to know a lot about me. Isn't that interesting? She did get fired, or at least she was let go. I don't know. Maybe she wasn't fired, but she's definitely not at the company anymore. And that's it. You know, as always, welcome home. There it is.
They
Rent free. Fucking God.
She said this several weeks before Charlie Kirk was murdered, by the way.
And just to let everyone know, everyone's getting her fucking last name wrong because none of you are Welsh. It's Cuna. Q. And it's even spelt wrong.
Yeah, I
right?
also know.
Just call
Well,
her
it might
if
be
you have
spelled
to.
right. It's just
Yeah.
that you pronounce it that way.
Yeah, I also know independently that John H. guy, the guy who
Heineke, yeah.
Yeah, John Heineke is also gone as part of the layoffs. I confirmed that he told a player to fuck off when he was complaining about wokeness on LinkedIn.
Wow.
Yeah. If you go to Heineke's
Good,
Facebook account, it's nothing but pure Trump derangement syndrome.
Really? Oh, no wonder he got fired.
Of course.
Yeah, bad look for the company. Yeah.
But for once,
so like, and then like, you know, people want me to be sad when like there was like so many bad actors like messing up these games, and Square is like my favorite like game company. Like they have like some really good franchises. They actually make original stuff every now and then. And you know, I even like some of the newer stuff. Like I love 16.
Well, Square doesn't exist anymore, Dash. That's the problem. Neither does Enix. It's called Square Enix.
Well, I've only known them. I only became a Square fan, like, you know, like, so I became a Final Fantasy fan in a weird way. I played the Final Fantasy 4 on the Wii when I downloaded it, you know, because I kind of just wanted to see if I could get into Final Fantasy. And the game just blew me away so much that, like, you know, I got 13 after that. I found 10 on PS2. Like, you know, I became a Final Fantasy fan, and I wanted to play them all.
Well, when was the first Square Enix Final Fantasy game?
1987.
No, that's Square.
No,
I'm
that's
talking about
for,
Square and
Oh,
Enix.
Square Enix, I would say FFX.
Yeah, Final Fantasy
10.
10. Definitely a well-received title. Definitely like
10-2 was pretty fun.
But 10-2 was the first Square Enix FF game, I believe.
Oh, that's sad.
Because my copy of FF10 still says Squaresoft on it.
Really? Okay,
But,
so yeah,
but
it
then
was
my
around that
10-2
time.
copy says.
It was around that
But then
time,
my-
I do believe.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just know.
Yeah, the merger was
my
in
copy of 10
2003.
says Squaresoft. Copy of 10-2 says Square Enix. So it's gotta be the 10-2. That was the first one.
It was
So,
sometime
Final
during
Fantasy-
sometime during the PlayStation 1 era that the Switch happened, because I have a copy of the Chrono Trigger Final Fantasy 4 disc that says Square Enix with their current logo.
What? How those games came out in the 90s?
I am trying to find, and this is one, if we could eventually get some either confirm or deny on, I don't know if we can, guys. Tracy Fullerton. I'm trying to figure out if Tracy Fullerton is still with the company.
Yeah, that one. That
Yes,
yeah, that fat one.
It's
she
not
was
writ-
the third one. She was the third really bad one that probably really needs to go, because like she was posting stuff about Charlie on Facebook.
Yeah, no. This one, and
Of
the problem with
course.
her is you look at her and she's one of those, and I don't mean this disrespectfully. If I were on or Rumble, I would probably mean it completely disrespectfully. And I'm sharing my screen right now, but honestly, I cannot tell if this is a man or a woman. And I don't mean that in a rude way. I mean that in a what the hell
I
are you?
completely agree. It can be
Of
either.
course. Yeah, that's That would be in it.
That's wrong.
An ambiguous.
It's wrong.
I'm gonna.
It's not a
I'm gonna
man.
show
Yeah,
It's
you
not a
how to-
woman. That's wrong.
But the difference with this one is she isn't. It says she, but I don't know. Again, they could be pronoun gaming here. Is a member of the board of directors for Square Enix Holdings. That's
Hey,
the
guys,
problem.
The Neobot is
Uh.
more human looking than this.
The
And
what
that
box?
doesn't even have
Yeah.
a mouth.
But fortunately, the Japanese branch overrides the American branch. I did look into this when her
Nice.
posts
Yeah.
came out. But yeah, like she was literally like talking about the Charlie Kirk stuff on Facebook, like almost seemingly trying to justify like people not being,
Of course.
you know,
Yeah.
it's like shut the fuck up, woman or man.
Yeah.
Or wrong.
But I mean, it looks like Japan is trying to basically clean house and take back control. This is something I've been advocating for the better part of about 2 years with Square Enix, because I saw the writing on the wall before they really started going harder on this. Things like their Sweet Baby affiliation needs to be, just dissipated. Things like bearing down on these people. And by the way, the big concern is that they're replacing a lot of these spots with AI. Which AI can do a better job.
Yeah.
Good.
If you scroll down,
The
Dash.
AI over
No, this is mine.
Oh,
Yeah.
Galaxy.
What are you
Scroll down.
trying to show?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I was trying to show this because of the when
There we
they
go.
merged and then see. Yeah, this is the it started in in 2003.
2003.
Yeah.
Right. Just keep it there. Keep it there. Keep it.
Okay.
Keep
That
it
sounds
there.
about right. Yeah.
Right. Okay,
And
folks.
came out in 2003, so
So, why is it in the span of over 20 years that the end game of Square Enix is to just make a Devil May Cry game disguised as a Final Fantasy game? Because that's all Final Fantasy 16 is at this point.
It's more Devil May Cry than it is an RPG.
Yeah, there are obviously a little bit of
It was
RPG
still
elements, but
good
not as much.
though. I mean, I like those types of games too, so it didn't really bother me. So, but like, yeah, I understand why, people that wanted more of a, like an RPG type of thing, even maybe something closer to FF7 Remake in terms of gameplay.
Well,
Well,
on a
think
side note, Dash, the average age of the Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest gamer, according to a recent study, which sort of I think runs parallel to all of this, is 42 years old. So that puts them in about the neighborhood where myself and Galaxy are, and we both tend to stream a lot of Square Enix JRPG or JRPG adjacent games, because not all of them are actually true JRPG anymore.
I heard this, but they're not getting any new fans. That's the thing. Like, no new people are signing on.
Yeah.
Why would they?
Yeah.
In all honesty, if this company had been just its own new thing, it would have been dead by now. Right? If it keeps going if Square Enix keeps going the way it's going, it will not last another generation. Okay.
Well, I do disagree with that, and I'll tell you why. Because I think that what this is part of that realization that if they're going the way they've been going, they will. But now they've got to refocus on these smaller games. They don't cost them $1 gazillion to create. That regurgitating Final Fantasy VII multiple times was a massive mistake. Because again, the average person playing is not it's not getting a 20-year-olds into this franchise, and the average 42-year-old doesn't give a damn about pronouns and political correctness and your ESG score. So they are now realizing, probably a little late in the game, they've made a lot of mistakes.
How many remakes of Final Fantasy VII have been made?
Just one.
Technically 2 if you count
Two
both.
if you count the mobile game.
No, I was gonna say if you count
Isn't the
remake
third
and
one-
rebirth as 2 different.
No.
Is a third one being made?
There's
Yeah, there's a
being
third
made.
Oh,
part of it.
that's a
It's a
part.
third
Yeah,
part
they
of the
decided to
original
split
game.
Yeah, they're-
They
Yeah.
decided to split a single game into 3 games and just expand the story.
This is a company that deserves to die.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's,
at least with that part, yes.
it's also not
was
the
a bad
same
idea.
story as it
It was
originally
a
was
bad idea. And And people have argued with me about this, that you need to play the original in order to understand remake. Like, people say, no, it's completely accessible to new people. It's fucking not. You need to play the original and understand it.
My issue with it is
There's
that
hints to the original game,
and this is one I wonder what Digny thinks about this, is that a lot of these companies believe that you have to be a triple or quadruple A studio, right?
Mhm.
Now, when Square Enix existed separately, as Digny has mentioned, they were never the biggest dog in the yard, not even remotely, but they were successful, and they were successful because they didn't, fly too close to the sun. Sometimes you got to stay in your lane,
they became
sort of
successful because of Final
adhere
Fantasy.
to your niche and do what works, and not get too psychotic about, oh well, we're gonna make this big budget triple quadruple A game that is just gonna sell a grillion copies because it did the first time around, and assume that that's going to work for you. Sometimes it's better to just make these small games and just crank them out.
Also, your Final Fantasy audience isn't going to be your Life is Strange audience. Like, the Western games division, like, they backed so many random games of so many random genres that just have nothing to do with their brand.
Well, I will point out here right now that for most of its existence, Square and Enix separately and in competition to one another were both thriving. The only reason Square Enix basically came to be, folks, was because of the fact that Squaresoft was on the edge of death.
Yes.
And that the only, as a result of a disastrous film, which was too ahead of its time, led by the founder, who essentially, once the project failed, he went down with his own ship, basically. And the people around him wanted to rescue Square, and the only way they saw rescuing it was to gobble up its competition. And from that, Square Enix came to be. If that film had never been fucking made, chances are Square and Enix would still be separate companies to this day.
You know what's funny about that? The reason that I think they thought it was a good idea is ironically because Square and Enix developers together collaborated on Chrono Trigger, which is still heralded as one of the best RPGs of all time. And they thought they were going to make nothing but Chrono Trigger bangers, like games on that par. Instead, we got Forspoken. That's what we got.
And that's the biggest issue.
Final Fantasy 15's DLC died for that game.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd rather play Final Fantasy 15 than any of the more recent Square Enix adaptations of their works, because this is not the same company, and I honestly believe that they will not change, and I honestly believe if they ever make a Final Fantasy 17, they'll probably be like, let's see if we can make...
Oh, it's in the works.
Well, it is in the works, but let's see if we can make a Final Fantasy inspired by, I don't know, Claire Obscure.
That's what's going to happen. They're going to rip off Claire Obscure for sure.
What I will say is,
go on.
As far as Final Fantasy 17 goes, I just know that there's they showcased a female character with an eye patch. That's all I know about it.
Guys, here's a question before we go to future plans, and we'll start top to bottom. Dash, do you think Final Fantasy 20 will ever be made?
Oh, definitely. It will be made, like, possibly in my lifetime. There will be more Final Fantasy. It is a very big brand. It is their brand. It has its fan base. They just need, they just need a new, fresh idea. And really, they need to sell it to, the next generation without compromising what makes Final Fantasy Final Fantasy.
Which they've been doing for the last 20 years. How about you, Nomi? Do you think Final Fantasy will ever get to 20?
I mean, if they hadn't, because obviously this doesn't completely save them, but this is even if it's not for the exact reasons Square fans would like, it is a bit of a course correct. Just so Probably. It might get to. But it'll probably just go in waves like this. So we might get to 30. I probably won't live to see it. The gaming
man.
industry might die by then, so we might
on.
not get there.
Come on, guys. We will get 3 remakes of Final Fantasy 15 before we get Final Fantasy 20.
Remake Final Fantasy. 15 fans would love that because the game's incomplete because they scrapped the DLC for Forspoken.
You see, this is the thing.
yeah, that's true.
This was sorry to trap you guys, but the reason why
Mhm.
we're not going to get more actual iterations, even if Final Fantasy 17 is in the works, because the only way Square Enix can survive in the short to medium term is to remake everything they've already made.
Oh, there's
The original
already
Final
rumors.
Fantasy.
They
No.
canceled the 9 remake. They canceled the 9 remake because it would have been too expensive.
Yeah,
Oh,
Well,
What?
it wouldn't
I
be
did
as
not know that.
expensive if you did
That's fast.
HD2D.
yeah.
Guys, Square
Oh,
Enix will be out of business by the end of the decade.
See, I agree with Digny that we're not going to see a 20, but it's for different reasons. One, there's already powerful people in the company that are pivoting away from the idea of the numeric Final Fantasy concept because of the fact that it's getting a little too voluminous. 2, because we saw Final Fantasy XX last night. It was my co-host's search engine history on Cancel This Podcast. All right. And by the way, they are legitimately afraid of putting 2 X's next to each other. What that's going to do to that franchise.
Yeah. Maybe you're right. Maybe the number thing. As much as I
Yeah.
love like the legacy of it, maybe it is for marketing reasons. Too.
I can't wait for Final Fantasy 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Oh,
makes
yeah,
it.
Their
they'll-
future
they'll-
lies. Their
They'll
future
do
lies
what
in
they'll do what
places-
another
Lisa.
they'll do what another franchise did. They'll use other things. They'll do like 3X and then they'll use like multiple variations of
their
numerals.
future lies in Nier
because
Automata
Final Fantasy
games and
XXX
Octopath
will
Traveler.
be very difficult to search.
Well, no, they'll do 29 and skip to 31, and they'll be like, oh well,
No,
They'll
guys.
just-
I know what Final Fantasy is going to do. They're going to do what Mortal Kombat did: reset the universe and start again, and then fail.
No, that was called
they did
Stranger of
that with-
Paradise.
Yeah, Strangers of Paradise already did that.
Okay, folks, we got about 9 minutes until the 2-hour mark. Rest in peace, Square Enix. I hope your company crashes and burns. At 3.0.
There was stuff
What?
showing that.
1 hour, 51 minutes, and 51 seconds. Future plans. We'll start off with Dash. Future plans.
All right. Good to see what my audience voted for as far as what game we're going to be playing tonight. Other than that, I'm probably going to be on Levistro's channel tomorrow. And that's basically it. I don't really have any other plans other than like my normal routine.
What?
Routine.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
you said that
I
weirdly.
probably slurred the word a little bit.
Yeah.
think
I
he
find it
yawned.
No
disturbing.
slurs, please.
No, it's all right, folks. It's all right. I just find it disturbing that Dash has a democratic system. Why? Why are you letting people vote on things?
You know that
I can't
illegal
decide
vote on
myself.
that?
I can't decide myself what to play.
Oh, well, that's not leadership material. What about you? What about you, Nomi? What are your future plans?
Tonight I'm watching some movies with some friends. Tomorrow I'm gonna be starting up old game called Dark Cloud.
Ooh.
And then on Monday I'll be playing some D&D with some people Galaxy remembers.
And
Crazy
Dash too. Yes.
Well,
it's
Dash isn't part of the Monday D&D game.
No, I mean Dash remembers who they are.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, Dash remembers
The
them.
Saturday Night Poppin' crew.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
It's
There's
Sunday,
Sunday
night.
night,
Poppin'.
not
Sunday
Saturday
Night Popping. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
There isn't another Dash, is there?
No.
Oh,
I
thank
would
God.
hope not.
There's your dash out. I would then question.
It's Dash Wilson. No, there is Dash Wilson.
Oh my goodness.
He's out there.
I wish Dash Wilson didn't exist though.
I apologize, and I almost.
Yeah, blame Jace for that one.
I'm telling you this, folks. If I had the ability, I would construct like Flash and then Yellow Flash, like anti-Flash. I would literally construct an anti-Dash attack who looks just like Dash, right? Purple. He has purple top and red hair, and he looks just like Dash. He sounds just like Dash, but he's the complete opposite of Dash.
I'm
And then we
super
can-
straight.
then-
So he's
then it can
inverted.
be like
yeah,
Face
Mega
Off.
Dash.
It can be like Face Off, where they fight each other, and then Dash wins, obviously.
Well, obviously, Evil Dash would be
Can
kind
Superman
of
do that?
prude. He'd hate video games. He wouldn't
Yep.
be nice to people.
Yep, and it would be extremely homophobic. But what about you? What about you, Mister? What are your future plans?
Oh, well, I've already hit a good milestone on my Ragnarok Online 2 server emulator, and I hope to take the next step and probably put in the login sequence next, so that I can actually get a possible login server completely remade. And that'll be one of 3 components made. I hope eventually, hopefully, maybe by the end of 2026, to have a full working server emulator, so that Korea can pull the plug on the game and no one will be affected, because I can just go to I can just pick up my server and continue playing.
So essentially, Lumissa is creating her own Tron universe. So hopefully that all goes well.
Well, it's game preservation.
Yes,
like-
you're saving a game, and we appreciate that.
Basically,
Just
if,
like-
if piracy, I'm sorry, if buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't stealing.
Oh, damn. It's a good job you said that towards the end of the show. What about you, Galaxy Red? What are your future
I'm
plans?
not.
Yeah, well, future plans is tomorrow. I'm going to be on Terradigma again.
What?
It's the final stream I'm having on that. In that
Terra
one.
what?
You won't hear that again anymore after the
Until I start-
because
until
I
I
haven't
start
done no
playing it.
more. It'd be the last stream for it. And Sunday I'm not streaming, but I'll have my schedule up for next week. But also on Sunday, besides that, I am going to be part of a huge collab on Rumble, basically, with physics. We're going to be doing SCP Secret Laboratory. It's a game on Steam, free to play game. There's going to be about I think it's like 30 other creators or something in there going to be playing together. So,
Oh, that's nice. Hope
yeah,
that goes well, man.
yeah. I hope it's fun.
I
That's it.
hope they don't force you into the Rumble cult, Red. I just
Well,
hope. I hope they don't.
Kind of, you could say I technically already am because I'm only on Rumble. I'm not anywhere else. So, really.
Well, this guy's only on Rumble, but he's not in the Rumble cult. I'll tell you that. What about you?
Well, no, he's not only on Rumble though. He's got other platforms.
Oh, we have a Rumble cultist. He's right there.
Oh boy.
I'm not in a cult, but whatever.
Of course you are. You're on Rumble. What about you, Jose? What are your future plans?
No, it just means
Well, I mean, I guess we're gonna get the evil Galaxy Red. He's gonna be Galaxy Green, and then I guess the evil Dash attack would be called Retreat Defense. But aside from that, aside from coming up with new
Galaxy
names,
Red would be called Solar System Green.
there you go.
Wait, no, System Green
But,
or something like it.
Yeah, so I will be on the Cancels Podcast channel later tonight. I'll be playing more Dragon Quest II Remake. Speaking of Square Enix, which is actually surprisingly a good game where they have not filled it with woke bullshit. So I'll be playing that. I'll be playing a little Akabat Traveler, Champs of the Continent, trying to get through that as well. My weekend's going to be pretty packed. Both those streams are going to be late evening throughout the week. And then Sunday, I have the Rumble exclusive stream because you have to do some sort of Rumble community service to stay in the creator program. So that's Supreme Sunday, where I talk shit about various topics and then pick a new game to start streaming. This month's new game will be Bravely Default. I'll be starting that this month as well.
That'll be a fun time.
Hanging out, doing Cancel This Podcast, content and streams, and hopefully avoiding my my drunk co-host from pulling up pornography in the middle of the freaking streams.
There's no guarantee of that happening.
No, not with Digny's mentor and John doing happy hour on Tuesday.
Oh, it was hilarious, man. I saw it. I was watching it, right? and my mentor was loving it. And my mentor Voldemort is like, we got to do that every time Alfie John is on the show. We have donation goals, $10 a shot, and keep it at fucking $10 to encourage more consistent donations until Alki John is just off his face.
Until
Because
he
I
dies
think-
of liver cancer.
Yeah, and then there'll be a space free for my mentor. You see, everyone wins. My future plans, ladies and gentlemen, are to continuing to support this fantastic network, as well as all the great hosts that lead the way, especially this one, for obvious reasons. We appreciate Nomi for being on as a special guest, and we appreciate the regulars popping in, whether it was for the whole show, part of the show, or as in Furious Dan's case, a surprise cameo, which came out of fucking nowhere. Thank you to Furious Dan for the $2 donation, saying, thank you guys for having me for a bit. No, thank you, Furious Dan. We appreciate your perspective, and we appreciate your passion and dedication, and the fact that you are criminally underrated. You're not crazy. You're criminally underrated. That's what we're going to call crazy people from now on, because it's less offensive. You're criminally underrated. Galaxy, you're criminally underrated.
Uh-huh.
So there you go. Thank you all very much for watching the
10th episode.
The 10th episode of Dash Attack's Old White Road, because he likes them old, he likes them white, and he likes them on the road.
And hey, we made it to the 10th episode before GTA made it to the 6th game.
Yeah!
Wow,
We
that
got
is true.
10 old white roads before GTA 6.
And we'll get at least 50 more.
Probably.
So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, and no other degenerate groups, like most of this panel. Bye for now, folks.
Bye,
ya.
everyone.
Later.
Bye.